welcome everyone to the shores of the Tennessee River. Neyland Stadium, home of the Volunteers. Looking to throw, it's Aguilar. Got it in the middle, it's Staley. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Line getting set on second down. Back to pass. Gets it out fast. Boy, that was a precision play all the way around. Throw, catch, tackle, bang, bang, bang. The Volunteers come to the line needing just inches for the first down. They'll try to power their way ahead. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped. From the gun, running back gets the give. Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. Looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Active hands from the defense, forcing that incomplete. The Vols are backed up. They can feel the shadow of their own goalpost and trying to create some room. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
And this offense doesn't have much space to go backwards anymore, right? They've given that up, man. You got to be physical. You got to find a way to get this ball out of the area of your own end zone. You don't want to flirt with the safety, and that means being physical and getting your back downhill, not going backwards.
Fires to the big fella. He'll be stopped short of the line. Leaves it with the running back. There he goes. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll leave it with him. Fights off a defender. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
And the Volunteers getting set on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Makes it past the marker. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. It is a maxim of Tennessee football that you must be physical.
Physical. It's just kind of the people they are, right? Tennessee people are physical. They want to do the dirty work. They're willing to do the dirty work, and you love it when your team has a bunch of grinders, a bunch of physical guys, a bunch of blue-collar guys that want to work.
Well, when you're running the curl route against zone coverage as a QB, you know you've got to get the receiver the ball quickly. This quarterback has a cannon for an arm. He showed you on that last throw, and the offense picks up the first down.
Finds his big tight end. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Using his legs, it's Thomas. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Nice job by the defense. A lot of times offenses want time to mesh that RPO and read it. Nah, the defense got in there so fast, they didn't give him an option.
Bunch formation for these receivers. Back to throw, it's Aguilar. Here's a heat. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell in.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. The give to the back. He has the first and still on his feet. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him, second guy finally did. The 2024 season for Tennessee had some highs, wins over Bama, Florida, and Oklahoma. Man, it didn't end with a thud. They got clipped by the Ohio State buzzsaw and then suffered the big shocker of the offseason with Nico Iamaleava jumping into the transfer portal.
Yeah, I don't know that there was a more interesting offseason than in Knoxville. The quarterback spot, the drama, the back and forth, and Nico leaves, and then Joey Aguirre, who he goes to UCLA, Nico, and now the guy who transferred there transfers to Tennessee, so quarterback roulette, and Tennessee has a new guy.
There are things I expected to remain consistent, at least with Tennessee, though. Tim Banks is going to do a great job at defensive coordinator on that side of the ball, and you know Tennessee's going to run it as well. So I know a lot of question marks around the quarterback spot, but there are other facets to this team that make them very dangerous.
Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Now from inside the red zone. Caught near the sticks. It's Matthews. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. And the Vols will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Picked up some of what they needed on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Looking downfield, it's Aguilar. Give him 6. Touchdown, Volunteers! Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. Might be calling a hot route. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start.
False start on offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Looking deep down the right side. It's incomplete, and they tried to get one on the board before the break and couldn't quite make the connection. They send 4 receivers onto the field, 2 to the right, 2 to the left on 2nd and 6. Wants to go up top. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
He's going to let it go. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid. To the air, it's Aguilar. Got his man in the middle. Breaks into the open. Touchdown, Tennessee. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
And how nice is it to have a playmaker like that I can get the ball out of my hands, right to him, and say, all right, dude.
A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Trying to start the drive with a pass. They've avoided the interception all day, but they're lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window if the intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. It's caught. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
We've come to the end of the period, and Tennessee leads it. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. Use the play fake, now to throw. He fires to the left side.
Love the coverage on the back end. The defender staying right by the receiver in the intended target. And as a result, that ball's incomplete.
To the air, it's Aguilar. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. And what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up.
Looking to throw on first down. He's going for it all. He's got it. And he'll run out of bounds just short of the goal line. Wanted to get it in, but couldn't quite get home. The Volunteers have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. He'll set up to throw. Touchdown ball! Quick strike through the air for the score. They extend. Their own end zone nipping at their heels as they start this drive from their own 2. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move.
And this defense has got to make a play, right? It's the fourth quarter. We're trailing. You know this offense, they're going to get conservative. They want to eat that clock. You got to bring more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to make plays. Got to get that football back.
Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. After the second down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. He wants to change this route. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. With the catch, it's Matthews. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. The Vols will line it up on 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Scanning the field, it's Aguilar. It's caught. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. New set of downs after the completion. The give to the tailback. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And I tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
Out of the gun, the give to the back. Runs through the tackle. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing. Of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game, running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing